Hey YouTube, this is Ben Ninja and I'm here with my first reaction video on this channel. So what I'm doing today is I am going to react to the Splatoon Direct that was released just today. But I would have watched it live when they were first playing it this morning, but for some reason my computer didn't want to start with it, so I missed a good portion of it, or at least I'm pretty sure I did. But anyways, I again missed the beginning, so I did not want to watch the rest of it without seeing what I missed, even if it was like, I don't know, 5 minutes maybe, I don't know, longer than that. But so we're gonna react to it now. Splatoon is a game I'm very excited for. I've got the pre-order already. In case you don't know, Splatoon is a shooter game where you have to spray the most ink and collect the most turf before time runs out. That's one of the certain modes that you could play multiplayer with. But there are a bunch of other modes, and there's also single-player campaign. You can customize your Inkling, and it's just a lot of fun. It looks so fun. I am very excited, and I can't wait to see what they are going to talk about in this Direct. Whether it's new stuff or going into detail about stuff we already know. I'm just very excited, and I can't wait to see this. So, with that, let's just get started. On May 2nd, 2015, the Squid Research Lab introduced a gathering of scientific experts. Okay, today the world will hear their exciting findings in a series of video records.
Hello there, how are you? We here at the Squid Research Lab are doing wonderful, because later on we'll be filling you in on how you can get involved in our squid research. But first, it's our job to present to you our findings on the ecological curiosities of this fascinating squid creature.
Where
Excuse
is it?
me? There is no creature?
No, it's in there. I know it
Sorry
is.
about that. Here, please take a look. A really good look.
Ah, there you are.
See? A little squiddy. But this is no ordinary squiddy. This particular squid can in fact transform into a humanoid. Eureka indeed!
Inkling.
In squid form,
I love the theme song.
They can dive into and become one with their ink. While in humanoid form, they can utilize various tools to cover their turf with it. Trust me, I'm geeking out too. I'm a scientist. That's all I can do. While we have officially named this breed of squid the Inkling, we prefer to just call them squid. Unsurprisingly, they each have a gender. There are Inkling boys and Inkling girls.
No shit.
And like more common squid, they can alter their appearance at will, including skin tone and eye color.
There's the customization.
For some reason, though, their hair-like tentacles seem to change color automatically in combat situations. Another curiosity. These squid apparently gain the ability to transform to humanoid form at the age of 14.
Huh.
In this bipedal form, their stubby legs move relatively
So they're
slowly.
14.
But as a squid, they can swim through ink at high speeds. It's hardly worth comparing. They swim at nearly twice their running speed. This affects jumping too. The height they jump is equal in both forms. However, if they build momentum before jumping, their distance will significantly increase. Despite everything I know of gravity, matter, and science in general, they can also swim up walls when submerged in ink. However, they strangely cannot seem to cross this little barrier. Must be a mental thing, I'm assuming.
I like the animation for that.
Odd behavior. It seems Inklings only shoot ink in humanoid form.
Okay, so it's ink, not paint.
Using the Wii U gamepad controller's gyro sensor, one can alter which way they're aiming and make adjustments as they ink. Ah, ink flowing like a torrential waterfall. Science is beautiful. Plop some ink, hop in the ink, swim in the ink. This is the basic movement pattern of the Inkling. We barely dipped into this creature's odd behavior patterns. Let's dive a little deeper into this titillating batch of scientific...
I like how they're doing this like an actual research thing.
One unique Inkling habit is to protect its habitat. Oh, the humanity, or the squididity. Inklings refer to this goopy, garish scene as a turf war. They split up into 2 teams of 4 Inklings each. Then, they fight. Why? To claim their turf, or at least to cover more of it than the other team in 3 minutes' time. Their weapons of choice? Anything that dishes out massive inkage. When their 3 minutes are up, the victor is determined by a mysterious cat beast named Judd.
Judd?
Named Judd, who judges turf wars. Oh, science, how you amuse me. As does this...
But why is it a cat?
Inklings can only swim freely in their own team's ink, even in squid form. Once they've stepped foot in enemy territory, they'll get stuck in their ink like a bear in a honey bath, except it's far less pleasant. In fact, Inklings are so susceptible to foreign ink, getting hit by enough of it will cause them to spontaneously burst. It won't earn them any bonus points, but popping enemies will extend their turf. Luckily, once they pop, they don't stop. Instead, they'll respawn, allowing them to super jump. Tap on a teammate's icon on the Wii U gamepad map, and an Inkling will super jump to that location. This allows them to quickly get back into the action, right to the front lines of battle, or to support an ally deep in enemy territory. However, I've also heard that less aggressive squid may prefer hiding from others and focusing on covering territory to increase their turf. Hide and go ink. It's a sound strategy. Points are awarded for performance in a match, and points are currency for use in game. That's not all, pupils. Your points also determine how fast you level up. Fascinating. Squid are all about happening events, especially turf wars. And here are a few spots you'll find them. This strange location is called Urchin Underpass.
Alright, looks like we're looking at the stages now.
Several
Cool.
areas are divided by concrete walls, so the clever Inkling will memorize the shape of the path between these areas.
Ouch.
Squid should especially watch out for the path connected to the center plaza. It gets messy there. Next, we'll examine the salt spray rig. This danger zone is known for the large chasm between its high and low areas. Both teams will surely attempt to claim the large area on top to earn a victory from above. That said, if they're not paying attention to the lower area, the opposing team may turn the tides of battle covertly. Black Belly Skate Park contains many wide-open areas, so the battle takes place all over the map. It's a race for ownership of the center platform. If a team can manage that, they should be able to manage a win by controlling the higher ground. Walleye Warehouse is a close quarters map. Teams are locked in a tug-of-war on 2 sides of a series of obstacles. Arowana Mall jams both teams into a narrow area for intense matches.
So far, these are maps I've seen before. When am I going to see a new map? Come on.
Yeah, right there. Moving along.
Ow!
Although Inklings are mere squid, I must say, they are extremely fashionable.
There's more customization. Unexpected fashion
They'll wear
sense.
hats, glasses, outfits, and shoes, collectively known as gear. Now, I'm no fashion expert, but as a scientist, I'm utterly enamored by squid culture. My theory, these fashionable squid trends must stem from an urban habitat. Let's take a look.
Whoa, I never noticed those giant things before.
Fashion Central for a young squid kid.
Oh, cool. Flash mob.
Inkopolis is home to various shops, like a weapon shop and a clothing shop, each one owned and operated by a charismatic shopkeeper. Now, take a look at that tower in the middle. The shopping area next to it is called Booyah Base.
Booyah Base.
Here, each shopkeeper represents a different section of marine life.
Oh, cool, we are going inside. Nice.
This one is the clothing store, Jelly Fresh. It's a specialty shop for tops. The store clerk, Jalonzo, has a unique speech pattern. But he's popular with the squid kids, so I guess that makes him hip. Maybe that's why he wears a different t-shirt every day. He's got a rep to protect.
Oh, that's interesting. The character, the The NPC characters changed
Next
too.
up, the shoe shop, Shrimp Cakes. This store is devoted to the fashion of footgear.
God damn it.
The store is owned by Krusty Sean, the tiger prawn. He loves shoes so much, he wears a different shoe on each of his 8 feet. Here's the headgear shop, Cooler Heads. In addition to caps and hats, it offers glasses and other accessories too. Annie is the poster girl for this shop. She's a bit timid, but she has a huge following. A bunch of fan squid, if you ask me. Oh, and that's Mo. He sure has a sharp personality.
Ah, I was hoping Nemo. Well, it's close.
Finally, this is the weapon shop, Ammo Knights. The store owner is Sheldon. This horseshoe crab is pretty much obsessed with all things military. Get him talking shop and he just won't stop.
Oh,
But
God.
his knowledge of weapons is definitely top-notch. A word of caution, however. My research assistant tells me that the variety of weapons and gear available at shops will improve as squid level up. Next, I'll lecture on some weapons his shop carries.
Oh, nice. Now we go into detail about the weapons. Weapon variety.
There appear to be 3 major types of ink-based weaponry. For rapid-fire inking, look no further than the shooter. For long-distance projectiles, there's the charger. And to squash opponents while spreading ink, say hello to the roller.
Shooter, charger, and
Now,
roller.
let's review the signature weapons of each type. This is a standard sort of weapon. It shoots rapid-fire bursts when the button is held, allowing squid to quickly cover a large area. With this weapon, the careful inkling will be well equipped to claim turf or take down foes. One such weapon is called the Aerospray MG. It fires quick bursts, so its user can hose down a relatively large area in a short time. Speaking of short, it's a short-range weapon, so it'll make quick work of nearby targets. Next, I'll show you the Jet Squelcher. It has the longest firing range in the shooter category, making it a fairly effective sniping tool.
Nice.
The last shooter of the day is the Blaster. It shoots bullets that explode into ink. Enemies may be caught in the blast, but a straight shot will easily wipe them out. Next, let's examine the Charger. This type of weapon requires a short charge, but then it'll dump ink everywhere in one massive shot.
Which can also be used like a
Perfect
sniper.
for soiling pants. I mean, distant enemies. Or for splattering the land in linear fashion. This charger is the E-Liter 3K. Its charge is fairly time-consuming, but its firing range is impressive. This is really going to be... Yeah, that had to hurt. Relatively speaking, of course. I mean, oh, ouch again.
I like this guy.
Is the splatter scope. Some chargers like this feature a scope, making it easier to aim at distant enemies. Last, but definitely
The
not
roller.
least, the roller is a great weapon for advancing forward while marking turf and steamrolling opponents. Shake the roller, and it will spread ink all over, splooshing any foe in an inkling's perimeter. Sploosh. The dynamo roller is a prime example.
Whoa!
It's a tank of a roller that chugs along slowly while deflecting incoming fire when shaken.
Wow. That's impressive. It's got quite a range, too.
The 3 types we just showed you are all main weapons. But there are sub-weapons and special weapons too. Together, a main weapon, sub-weapon, and special weapon make a set. To Squid, selecting a weapon set that suits one's battle style is of pinnacle importance.
Now we go to sub-weapons.
Sub-weapons consume a relatively large amount of ink. The amount depends on what type is used. There are 9 sub-weapons.
Oh my gosh, a homing.
Support tools that have
Oh, that is cool.
One fine example is the suction bomb. It sticks to walls and other surfaces, exploding shortly after. Now, for a different thing that goes boom, try the burst bomb. It may not be as powerful as others, but it explodes on contact and uses less ink, allowing an inkling to throw them in rapid succession. The point
Nice.
sensor is a support tool. It doesn't attack, but it does locate sneaky enemies and shares that information with all teammates.
Oh, how interesting.
The ink mine is another type of sub-weapon. It's invisible to opponents when it's on the ground, detonating after a certain amount of time, or automatically when enemies pass by. The squid beacon is handy too. Set one down and teammates can super jump straight to it.
Oh.
And finally, the disruptor doesn't damage rival squid, but it will slow them down a bit and lower their abilities as well.
Wow, those are cool. Now it's on to
Weapons
specials.
are perhaps the most intriguing of all. They can only be used after filling up a gauge by covering the ground with ink. The ink strike defies reason. Touch a location on the Wii U gamepad map, and a rocket will be shot there, creating a fearsome ink tornado.
Whee!
The echolocator is great for locating enemies. For a limited time, it allows an entire team to see their foes' locations. The bubbler is pretty self-explanatory. It creates a protective bubble that deflects enemy attacks. Get near a teammate, and they'll get bubbled too. And finally, the Kraken can turn an inkling into a giant invincible squid.
Whoa!
While anyway. So, let's see. A main weapon, a sub-weapon, and a special weapon.
I love that squid, that
Team Squid all
Kraken.
go into a turf war with a set of these weapon types. But squid battling proficiency isn't just about weapons.
The gear abilities, alrighty.
Let's take a look at the area outside Booyah Base to find out more. Inklings like to gather here because they're drawn to happening events. These particular squid are other players encountered online or via Miiverse. But if Inklings are one thing, it's fashionable. They've developed several brands of couture and enjoy mixing and matching styles to create their own unique look. Studying the different types of gear squid use offers some fascinating insight into their strategies. If a squid sees something they like, it can be special ordered.
That is cool. Wow.
A closer look reveals icons on this gear. These denote what I like to call abilities. Each piece of gear comes with abilities that can power up an Inkling. There are many types of gear abilities. For example, if a piece of gear increases ink efficiency, the lucky Inkling who has it equipped will consume less ink than usual when using a main weapon.
Wow.
Other abilities include damage up, defense up, and speed up. Plus, more curious ones like the ninja squid and stealth jump. The number of abilities each piece of gear can have is based on its star count. The more stars it has, the more slots it will have. Up to 4 abilities can be equipped per piece of gear.
Okay, 4 total.
However, other than the first one equipped, abilities are assigned at random. Frequent usage of the same gear apparently generates more abilities to equip. In this way, Squid can level up a piece of gear to enhance its strength or make up for its weaknesses. And so, gear combinations can improve one's strategy. By the way, I suppose I should explain who this mysterious fellow is.
Who's
His
Spike?
name is Spike, and somehow he can increase the number of slots allotted to gear.
No!
That said, one can't make a request without a super sea snail. And it won't always be easy to acquire one. If one does take advantage of his services, it may be possible to optimize the abilities of every single piece of gear.
Oh, that is so cool.
Gear ordered in the plaza can be picked up from Spike.
Alright guys, so I forgot to mention that my camera is just a simple, it's just like a simple Samsung camera, so I am going to be out of time to record, so I'm just going to go to the next, I'm just going to make this a 2-part episode. We are a little more than halfway done, so we're almost there. Alright, but overall, I'm really liking it so far. I'm very excited to see what else they'll be telling us. So, I'll see you guys in just a bit.